Paulo Gonzalez, Fight Sport Manila. Joining me is the creative director of Manila Wrestling Federation
And a boom mic.
and a boom mic, Sir William Elvin. Sir, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm William Elvin. Thank you so much, Fight Sport, for inviting us to this interview. And syempre, thank you sa regularly pagko-cover ng shows ng MWF.
Yeah, I've said it before. We love promoting like the local scene, and the good thing about the local pro wrestling scene is you guys could separate the one brand from another. One thing I like about MWF is your storyline base. You have great stories.
Thank
like,
you.
How do you do that? Like when you had that season break in Noche Buena, did you like talk lang talaga all the time about it?
Well, not all the time. But basically, ano kasi, ang ginagawa namin, at least last year, no, nag-start last year when we did MWF Open House in Feb 2018. So, before pa nung show na yon, we already had like a basic roadmap of where we want to go sa Noche Buena. So it's basically like writing backwards, and parang if new stuff comes along, if a talent, if a roster member pitches something and it fits and it goes perfectly with how we want to happen, how we want things to happen by MWF 6 by the end of the year, then we incorporate it. So parang ang naging itsura ng roadmap is we know where we want to go, pero kaya naming magpasikot-sikot. So basically, after MWF 6, we have an idea of where we want to go, picking up from that, and that's what we're starting to slowly put the pieces together up until the season ender for this year.
But like you said, you have like an idea. Pero like if a wrestler would come to you and say, "Hey, I have an idea for my character," is it an open network for you to guys to exchange ideas?
It's always an open network. The amazing thing is, before we give them a storyline, like before we write out something for them, we talk to them na. And then when we talk to them, syempre, they get to expound on it a little na rin. Like parang, okay, so ang idea ko sa character na to is ganto, ganyan, ganyan. And then they would say, parang, ganda niyan, what if we do that? And then we form everything out of that outline or parameters.
Now, you have a lot of amazing storyline during the last season. It's right if I called it a season, no? Kasi
Yeah.
let's start with the most popular one, and I'm not sure if I could announce it now, but it won for storyline of the year during our Fight Sport Manila
Yeah.
Awards. It's Why Lucha Why, and that you were a part of that.
Yeah. We were all a part of that.
No, I meant like on screen.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now.
And the cool thing about it is that you barely show up, but if you do, it's must-see TV. Like if we had an extra camera, we'd take a video of it, because that's how good you were acting on it. Or like,
Thank you.
I could like literally see. I don't know if I could say this, but like you're literally like doing your work. Then when it's your time to come out, immediately like you're angry already.
No, it's something that me and Tarek, kasi we have a theater background. So we have a theater background, so we started out as actors. So yun yung advantage na nabibigay namin even when working with the roster. Like we can already give them how actors would do it if their character is in this storyline. This is how they could react. You have yung mga ganung bagay, like okay, so you have three choices. It's either you get angry or you get ganto, ganyan. Now choose one and then go with it. Yung mga ganong klase. So, with me and Tarek's performance, whenever we're in the ring or whenever we have segments, ganon din yung process namin.
But like, how did they convince you, or how did you convince yourself na, hey, this is a perfect storyline for me to be on screen or in front of the ring?
Well, basically it's a wink to the original Philippine wrestling scene fans. Kasi a number of them know that I was involved with like the first phase of the resurgence, in 2014, and I thought like it needs a certain like a wink and a nudge and a gift to those who were following since the first year of this resurgence. So Why Lucha Why started with the Jake De Leon segment when they expressed each other's feelings. So I thought na parang, okay, so to end this segment, maybe it needs a little something like that to work with Mr. Lucha then. So,
But that's how amazing on how you made that story. Like if Mr. Lucha would do something, like if he would hurt Robin Sane or he'd do something bad, people would boo him.
Yeah.
But the moment he talks and he says something, mapapaisip ka like parang, hey man, he has a point. And that's amazing writing. It's like you can't hate someone, you can't hate Lucha, you can't even Fabio Makisig. Like he was brash, but then you made that story about him actually just sending money to his tito.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's something that all of us go through on a daily basis. And how hard was that? Or was that very seamless na pag sinusulat niya na, hey, we have to do something that will make people decide if they would love him or hate him?
Ano kasi, my basic storyline influences are very human. Like if you go basic, like for example, if you go back to a Shakespeare story, diba? You have Macbeth. Bida si Macbeth. You're supposed to be sympathetic towards Macbeth to support him dun sa whole storyline na yun. But he's not necessarily a good person. But you see something in yourself to this character that makes you attached to him. Ang goal lang naman kasi namin sa story and character development ng MWF is not to focus much on heels and faces. Like it's, yes, there are bad guys and there are good guys, but just like in real life, some bad guys will do good things and some good guys can do bad things from time to time. And it's just like one thing that I would one way that I would describe it is our characters are human first before heels or faces.
Now, you mentioned there's no clear-cut face or heel except for one, and that's Kyle Season. Yeah.
Except for one, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so
Kasi,
let's
like, if we're doing Kyle Season, like he's booed down during the match. After his match, like during in the break, you could definitely hear them hating on
Yeah.
Kyle Season. And if
Like
there's-
even after matches,
Yeah,
like
diba?
like hindi niya na match pero okay, so we want to hate someone, we're just gonna chant about like Kyle
Is
Season.
that something na is that because of the person portraying that character? Is that how good he is, or do you like give an input na hey, you should tell this to the crowd
No,
to
he's-
get heat?
I'd say he's really good. He's really really good. But yun nga, psychologically kasi kung nasa audience, kung audience member ako and I see him like that, that's the only time we see him pa di ba? Parang we just see him in the ring.
Yeah.
So when we go to his story, when we see more of him backstage, when we know about him more, then maybe we'll find out more things about him. Magkakaroon din siya ng extra three-dimensional character.
Are you
there.
foreshadowing something? And that is something that.
But that's
we
I'm not spoiling anything
Yeah.
because that's what we want you to expect.
And that's a great experience. Like if you're foreshadowing that something's going to happen in the storyline of Kyle's season, that's something that even if you tell me, I won't tell anyone because I want them to experience it. Kasi I have yet to meet someone who likes him.
Good.
Because that's.
But they're
really
gonna keep on coming back to see him and asarin siya and boo him, right?
Yeah, but now you're going to give gigs like a new show. Like
Yes.
he's with Panzer right now. Am I correct?
We're putting that on the side first.
Oh.
You will see later. Actually, mag-air naman to after the show,
Yeah,
di ba?
definitely.
So, by that time, napanood na natin yung ikasamo, ipuputo ko. So, abangan natin kung anong mangyayari dyan.
But that was so good. That was so good. Like how you did the Sagot Kita series. That's another nominee for, and that was like during our nomination process. It was so seamless. Like let's do the Sagot Kita series because it was perfectly done. It's not like parang naisip mo lang on the fly. It's
No. Actually, ang nangyari dyan, ganito. So, we started writing for MWF, medyo may may basic characters na di ba? Andiyan na si Gig Striker. Andiyan na si RG. So, out of that, parang naisip namin na, okay, so we have a Robin Padilla-like character. We have an action star character. Why not give them a movie? And then, nag-evolve yung plans into, okay, Tarek is calling me up. I'm based in Hong Kong, by the way. So, I write the shows with the team, show itself, and then I direct the technicals too, so that's how it goes. But anyway, si Tarek was calling me up sa Hong Kong and say, hey, we're getting Maria Ozawa. So, okay, so now we're getting Maria Ozawa. How will we incorporate it into ganon? So we thought of influences like we have a film and then it seamlessly goes into the in-ring action and yun na yung na-develop na namin yung Sagot Kita series from there. Ganun.
Actually, that's really one of the things that people would actually go. That's why when we ask people to watch the live shows, it's because of the Sagot Kita series. It's different watching it live than if it's already online.
yeah.
Diba? Parang ang galing talaga. And again, with Gig Striker like going, there's gonna be more of him,
There's gonna be more of
and
it.
we're gonna find out later.
Yeah.
Now, you're the creative director. We noticed that MWF loves to separate the wrestlers. Like, we see green, it's Fabio. We see red, it's Robinson.
yeah,
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
something that, like, if a wrestler would come to you and he'll buy a ring gear, kailangan ba nilang ipaalam
Di pa
sa'yo?
naman umabot sa ganun. Wala pa naman ganun. I think it's a general understanding that we don't even have to talk about it. But if it happens, we would tell him tell them to ano. For example, you can't go all red kasi that's gonna babangga siya kay Robinson. Basically, these are theater and film stuff that we're trying to apply really in ano. Kasi my basic philosophy is wrestling is theatricalized combat sports, diba? So parang yung psychology of combat sports happens in the ring and then you surround it with very relatable Filipino characters. That's the MWF plate for you. Ganun.
Now, Tajiri is joining in tonight's show.
Oh, very excited.
We're sure there's gonna be a lot of people watching. Were you pressured to make a great show for the people? Kasi if we would be honest, like, there's gonna be that diehard fans who knows the story, then there are gonna be a set of new
A
eyes.
lot of new people.
How
yeah.
do you like blend it in na parang you won't alienate anyone?
Well, pressure kung pressure, but as, ang dynamic kasi namin, so, I'm the Ajit guy. Ako yung hot-blooded one. Ako yung much more non-chill sa dynamic namin sa creative. Like, I'm the aggressive one. And Tarek is the one parang, okay, chill ka lang. Just let's put it down on paper and then let's give it our best shot. So, ganun din, parang napipressure ako, parang, okay, a lot of casuals are going to see people from the eating sa mall na yan around the area will see what we're doing. We have to make it the best. And then Tarek would just say parang, then let's just make it how we always did. So chill ka lang, it's going to happen. Anyway, I think the way the shows are structured naman, I don't know if you're going to agree with me. The way the shows are structured naman is there's always a beginning and middle and end, like within the show. So if the casual stayed there, like the first part, and then napanood niya, meron naman siyang storyline na buo na napanood dun sa buong night na yon. So even individually, hopefully natatandaan na nila yung experience.
Now this is like Halalan special. Are you gonna do some like reference on what's happening during the real life
You
election?
Cannot avoid it.
So we're gonna see.
Yeah,
some-
actually it's actually set up to be that way. Na parang funny tidbit din. This whole election thing, we planned it last year pa.
Oh man.
Yeah, we planned this whole thing last year pa. So medyo mas ano talaga siya. We were excited to be in this day right now because we already had visions of this like going back what MWF 4 Road to Fate. Yeah. So we were already setting it up by then.
Now, with Fight Sport Manila, we really love to educate the people regarding what's going on in the scene so that they get to appreciate. And we're really thankful. This is one of my favorite interviews. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Anytime you need us, just message us. And thank you sa lahat ng nanonood ng Fight Sport Manila. Actually, you don't see me much because yun nga, nasa ibang bansa ako. But I really would want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who supports the local scene, not just MWF, like the whole thing. Like it's one whole fun thing to be in love with. And we are happy that you're in here all along for this crazy ride.
Yeah, and we only promised 5 minutes, but you gave us more than that. Thank you
Okay,
so
okay.
much, sir.
Now we have to go back. We have to set everything
Yeah.
for the meet and greet.
William
Thank you so
Alvin.
much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.